Would it be possible by October town meeting to have some better numbers? I think the article in itself would meet the four corners no matter what the amount is, I would guess. So I'd recommend that we, I'll entertain a motion to recommend at town meeting, and I'd ask the DPW director to take a look and come back with what he feels a realistic cost of repairing that wall or replacing the wall would be.
Again, I think we take a pretty good look at prioritizing our capital projects. Mr. Hanlon did a fine job over the years of shuffling it around for us. I don't know if we're in a position to support this anyway, economically, come October. But obviously it needs to be looked at. It needs to get a realistic number put on it. So we should have that. But I don't know that I'm going to vote in favor of recommending it this particular, regardless of what comes back.
I wasn't asking.
I don't want to give any false hope to John as far as, am I going to be supporting this on the road?
Nor am I.
Okay.
But I think it's fair to get a realistic,
Yeah, I think we should get a realistic
on it.
number on it, but again, I don't think this is, we prioritize our capital projects already, and this didn't rise
Well,
to that level
also,
yet.
Greg will be presenting the capital plan,
And this
his
didn't make,
priorities.
this didn't make the list.
This did not make the list.
Right.
Mr. Chair?
So-
Yes.
I agree with getting some better numbers from Dick, and thank you, Dick. And I do agree with making our recommendation at town meeting after we have these figures. I will say now, I will most probably support this, because I can't say it at all costs, though. I truly can't say that, because for years in this town, we all know we've let things go until something has happened, and we've tried not to do that recently. And I think we've been very diligent on that. We've tried to repair things before they caved in, or before the water damage was so bad. Just because this is an outside wall, I still think it does need that same level of attention of, let's repair it before, God forbid, we had a tragedy and somebody truly got hurt. So I'd just like to give it that much attention also. I do understand where the board's coming from, but I just don't want to lose sight of that because it's down the other end of town and kind of out of sight, out of mind.
I have family members that are residents there, and I understand you're going to be a resident there.
We're gonna be neighbors.
I understand you're going to be neighbors.
We're gonna be neighbors. Anyways,
No, everybody has a vested interest.
I would, yeah, I know, and I'm not saying anyone's gonna neglect it because it's down there, but I do think we have to give this due concern to.
Mr. Jones.
Two comments. One, my interest is because it may be one of my future. But 3 or 4 years ago, this has been on the DPW list back when. At that time, the finance committee asked DPW services and preferred on the basis that maybe the Route 62 work would cause further damage and therefore the state might throw me the money, so why put our money on the state bill? Well, that followed it all the way down the road to what Mr. Norton said, state won't do it. So 3 or 4 years ago, this was on the list. Part of the problem is winter. It's cracking up, so you get ice and melting and ice and that's causing it more and more. Rather than just, there's a sidewalk right along it. Problem.
Loop sidewalk.
It's something that should be, not if, it's when. You either do it now or you won't place it next year. Case is, if you have any free cash, it would be appropriate to do it before this morning. That previous time, the cost was around $40,000, so I think it is appropriate to revisit that. Because it depends on how much is contracted out and how much is in place. I would support it.
Well, I would recommend, I'd like to have a recommendation for the board to recommend at town meeting. I think we delivered a request to our new DPW director to take a look at the numbers, and if the numbers are substantially large and town meeting decides to go through it, I'd recommend that the funding source be borrowing instead of
Right.
out of free cash.
Chairman, I'll probably give you something, some stuff that's probably ready to fall over, break the wall, priority. Some stuff that's very bad, some stuff, depending on the funding we wait, so I'm not gonna give you one price for everything, if I break it down. Based on the funding availability, maybe some part now, some part next year. But I
Okay.
need the whole blue fish right now.
All right, well, we're going to be discussing the capital plan at our meeting on the 28th. You think you could have some information for us then? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Recommend,
Mr.
vote?
Chairman, I move to recommend at town meeting, Article now 17, Citizens Petition Riverside Cemetery Wall.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, second by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. We have one more article, one we skipped over, and I'd asked for
This is the original warrant, I'm going to give it to you, because that's the one that'll have to be signed.
Okay. 13. To revise 13. Oh, yeah.
Changed a little bit, just to read it correctly.
Okay, so Article 13 would be to establish a special purpose stabilization fund. Town will vote to establish a special purpose stabilization fund in accordance with Chapter 40, Section 5B of the General Laws, with deposit of school funds for use by the school department, or what it will do in relation thereto. That sounds
Sorry, you gotta repeat that, I'm
pretty
sorry.
good.
I move to,
Nice job.
you have to repeat that again, I'm sorry. Is that written
It's
there?
already printed there.
Oh, okay.
Right there. So I'll entertain a motion
Move to recommend
to
Article.
recommend.
Move to recommend Article 13.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. O'Leary, seconded by Mr. Vino to recommend. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Barbara, can we add recommend on? Yeah. Have Linda take care of that. And I think that wraps up the,
Everything. No, we gotta sign the warrant.
oh, okay. All right.
Well, that's what she wanted me to write it on here.
too.
Right, you wanted me to write it on here.
And I said I'm gonna hold,
Okay.
I thought that you said that.
8.
We need,
That's what I said right there.
right.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to vote to sign the warrant in this, in your packet?
I'm on my way behind here. Mr. Chairman, I move to sign the October 5, 2009 town meeting warrant.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
So, now that I'm
We
completely
have not-
confused on this,
We're going to sign.
We've gone through all our new and
What's
old
that?
business.
are we
We're
all,
going to sign this, she's just going to replace the page.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I apologize. When you said that, I thought,
Yeah.
that's what,
Rookie mistake.
Yeah,
I got a whole year to use that.
you can sign that right there and pass it on, and John Ferry.
By the way, pass one,
John, he's got
25,
one.
24.
I'm just gonna, I'll get you a new picture.
Thank you.
Only by one?
It only takes one.
Yeah.
We're still on here, right?
Okay. We need a motion to
Adjourn?
adjourn.
A motion that we adjourn right now.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. Vino. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
I'll give you a vote, John. Charles, we got to sign the warrant.
Bailey, how are you?
Yeah.
What? A little stiff? Yeah, I got up this morning and I twisted the wrong way.